right, welcome back. As we get into it, dry conditions filling in all the way in the central portion of the nation, coming up from the south as well, continuing to move all the way up to the north. It's been doing it all morning long, bringing warmer conditions all the way up towards Canada. Slowly but surely, we're going to continue this to move into the region and then fill in all the way right now to the Ohio River Valley, back down to the desert southwest, and that continues to put more moisture on the ground here, possibly as we get into Sunday night. We'll hold on to, again, temperatures in the 80s. We're talking upper 80s in the forecast for most locations to the middle 80s. We'll be picking up down towards Prairie du Chien, 88 degrees there, all the way up into areas by Gays Mills, 88 degrees. Back up to La Crescent, though, 89 with sunshine in the boot. We'll hold on to areas right by Walking, getting at least up to 86 degrees, a little bit cooler as you get into areas by Minnesota and Iowa. We'll also find ourselves getting into the south zone here, into central zone, getting into La Crosse, 89 degrees for you, all the way up to Osseo, holding on to more sunshine as well. We'll keep some good looking sunshine for you there, 86 degrees. In other locations to the east, you'll pick up some middle to upper 80s in your forecast. Let's take it back up to Eau Claire. We're going to be seeing 85 degrees, or at least 87 degrees there, excuse me, and then picking up again with mostly sunny skies by Ladysmith at 83. We'll also pick up this. We'll have again the conditions that cloud cover you see is very thin veil, so it's not like as thick as you think it is. It's you just saw when I showed you earlier. It just looks like milky sky out there, and it continues to go in there. As we go into the evening, temperatures still holding on to the 70s and the 80s for La Crosse. We'll continue that right back into the overnight hours, where we'll hold on to temperatures widespread in the 60s, and maybe a 70 or 2 may linger. We'll also find ourselves with tomorrow holding on to more sunshine in the forecast as well. Record-breaking temperatures on the way. Similar conditions for Eau Claire as you get right back into it, holding on to highs for Friday, where you'll be looking at, again, possibilities of, again, 80s to the lower 80s to the upper 80s in the forecast. We could come close to breaking a record within a degree or two in some cases, also for Eau Claire. Then we take it into Saturday. This starts to change things up a bit. We have some breezy and gusty winds getting to almost windy. We tie a record for Saturday, and Eau Claire is going to break a record, and that was back in 1897 there, and that was an 86-degree temperature, and they're going to get a high of about, say, 87 degrees. This one is showing now 88 degrees for Eau Claire, so that's bumped up. 88 also for La Crosse as we finish out going into other locations that were showing 90 degrees earlier. The winds themselves are going to be up to 30 miles per hour plus in some cases. That'll go into Saturday and into Sunday. Sunday's highs holding on to the middle 80s, and of course some lower 80s in the forecast of 79 degrees. We also have rainfall coming in for Sunday. It's also going to be at night. 20% chance of that happening. And once we get into the overnight, we're seeing like maybe a 40% chance of rainfall popping in the forecast, turning into a 30% chance as we get into your daytime for Monday. And eventually we'll see more rainfall hovering down by Prairie du Chien as well. So we're looking at Monday's highs mostly in the 60s. We're getting cooler, peeps. We're getting cooler. We'll continue to do that as we go into next week as well. Some locations are still going to continue to warm up a tad bit, getting back into the mild to finish out. In fact, you can see here as we get into it where you'd be looking at the possibility of 60s, more 60s, upper 60s into the low 70s back to your mild local temperatures.
All right, getting a little more seasonable,
Yeah.
yes. Okay,
Cool.
thank you, Art.
Sure.